Good morning, 4:32. Yeah, I was trying connecting from my phone, but it was not working. That's why I'm late at this. I was here only by like 4:27 only I was here, but the phone is only not connecting. So there's webcam. But the webcam quality is really bad. So I'll just reconnect. Just a second. The webcam is sorry. I don't know why the phone is not working. Sorry. Good morning, Adivitya. Hi, Ansh. Fruit destroy. Yes, Sathar. Hi, Sanya. Hi, Claudine. Stop killing fruits. आज है क्या? I don't know if I have fruits today. I'll have to check. How many days Avishka? It's over now today. Yesterday is last. Good morning, Aditi. It's just a cultural fest, like all dance, drama. It's nice. A lot of things basically. Hi Devyani. Hi Scarface. Hi Sonashi. Long time. Hello Tanu. अभी भी lag है. No, I didn't take part. I just attended. I wasn't able to manage everything. That's too much for me. I'm not that great at balancing studies and not studying. Like it's hard to manage both for me personally. I'm an all or none person. Chalo, let's start. I'll put my targets chromatography. I did the chromatography, then probably from Vasudevan and plus journal. No, I'm not ahead of class, Baba. It's very hard to keep up also. Going ahead is like insanely hard. At least my first target to I'll put. Right, a whole bunch of grapes. Sure, let's start. Okay. Adsorption is a soluble component mobile phase, and adsorption phase decides the adaptation conditions. Stationary and mobile phases are immiscible with each other. Enough support may be needed for stationary phase. Stationary phase is liquid, mobile phase may be liquid or solid. Gaseous separation due to differential solubility of components in the two phases. Gel filtration 1. As the solute passes through the column of porous beads, the solute separates on the basis of molecules as the smaller particles pass into the pores of beds and retain in the column and come out later, whereas the bigger particles pass between the beads and come out earlier. So the smaller particles will be stuck inside the beads, they are retained, so they come out later. But the bigger particles go between the beads and they are coming out earlier. The elution time for each is a function of the molecular size. For gel filtration, also called molecular sieving. It is used for the determination of molecular weight. Gel filtration is called molecular sieving, used for determining the molecular weight. Example of gels are Sephardex. Gels filtrations for molecular sieving are Sephardex, agaros, and polyacrylamide. Ion exchange. In this, separation of charged solutes is achieved. The solute mixture to be separated is allowed to pass through a column of ion exchange resins. So, in ion exchange, there is separation of charged solutes. The solute mixture to be separated is allowed to pass through a column of ion exchange resins. Those are insoluble polymers containing ionic groups. There are two types of ion exchange resins: cation exchange resins and anion exchange resins. Cation exchange resins are themselves negatively charged but will retain the positively charged ions like DOVAX 50B. So, what were the examples of gel? Polyacrylamide, agarose gel, and where I forget. Sephardex, and positive exchange cation exchange resins is DOVAX 50B. DOVAX 50B and anion exchange resins are ones which contain positively charged ions, and themselves will have negative charge. So that's cellulose. Cellulose is negatively charged. And DEAE. What is DEAE? Diethyl amino ethyl cellulose. Diethyl amino ethyl cellulose. DEAE is used as a chromatographic technique as a negative, a positive, no, anion. These are positive charge. Sorry, cellulose positive charge. Anion exchange resin. DEAE, diethyl aminoethyl cellulose, and cellulose are used as positive exchange resins, and negative exchange resins include DOVAX 50B, and the gels include Sephardex, polyacrylamide, and agarose. Now, techniques of chromatography. Paper chroma. हाँ ये important है paper. Paper मेरे को करना है. Paper is ascending, descending, radial, two-dimensional. Paper has four types: ascending, descending, radial, and 2D. Ascending, descending, radial, and 2D. Uh, Ascending is the mobile phase will move up, correct? Descending mobile phase moves down. Mobile phase up. Now radial is circular sheet of paper kept horizontally, and the mobile phase moves radially. Mobile phase will move radially if the sheet of paper is kept horizontally, and mobile phase will move radially, and then it's two-dimensional also. The support medium is a sheet of Wattman paper 3, Wattman filter paper 3, that is either square or circular. Wattman filter paper 3, which is square or circular, which is soaked in aqueous solvent, is the support medium. And then you have a solvent mixture. Your solvent mixture contains a non-polar solvent and a polar solvent. Butanol to acetic acid or water, of which polar solvent is available. Radial and what? Two-dimensional. Support medium is a sheet of Wattman filter paper 3 that can be square or circular, and it is soaked in an aqueous solvent. Soaked in an aqueous solvent. Solvent is a non-polar solvent and a polar solvent. ठीक है. Polar में you have butanol to acetic acid, water. Butanol to acetic acid and water, of which the polar solvent is absorbed by paper and acts as the stationary phase. Oh, non-polar will act as the mobile phase. Damn. ठीक है, paper will attract the stationary phase. So you have butanol to acetic acid, which is the stationary phase, and that will remain on the paper, and the non-polar part will go down as the mobile phase. Correct. Acetic acid is to water. Butanol to acetic acid, water is retained on the stationary phase, It acts as the stationary phase because it is absorbed by the paper because it is itself solvent, and the non-polar solvent will act as the mobile phase. Fine. The procedure now, paper is soaked in a solvent mixture in a tray, which absorbs the aqueous part of the solvent mixture. Aqueous part of the solvent mixture, which is the butanol plus acetic acid is to water. The sample, the components of which are to be separated, is then spotted near the lower edge of filter paper along with known standards. Basically, the LU1s will move. So, the spotted near the low edge. The samples are applied repeatedly, allowing drying in between with the help of fine capillary. The size of the spot should be very small. Paper is then mounted on the stand and kept in the solvent tray inside a tight chromatography chamber. This paper will be then mounted on a stand and then kept in the solvent tray inside an airtight chromatography chamber. Solvent mixture is then allowed to run almost to the upper edge of the paper. Solvent mixture is allowed to run to the upper edge of the paper. The paper is then removed. Solvent is going to the upper end of the paper. Solvent mixture is allowed to run up to the upper edge of the paper. Upper edge of the paper. If the paper is then removed, dried, and sprayed with appropriate staining solution. Okay, obvious. The colored spots are seen are identified based on the RF values, which are specified in substances. RF is called the ratio of fronts. Ratio of fronts. Distance moved by the solute upon distance solvent. For quantification, the spots may be cut out and eluted. Elution, correct. Dissolved in a suitable solvent and intensity of color is measured on the photoelectric colorimeter. Now you have a 2D paper chromatography. This technique is used for separation of substances with similar RF values. First, the separation is done in ascending direction with one solvent mixture. Then you're removing the paper, turning it through a right angle, and the run is repeated with difference of. Oh, so ऐसे you call RF same आएगा, and then you change it to percent. Then ठीक है. That's called 2D paper chromatography. 2D paper chromatography. Use of paper chromatography. Paper chromatography is for separation of amino acids and sugars. Use for separations of amino acids and sugars. Paper is for amino acid and sugar separation. Amino acid and sugar. Amino acid and sugar are separated by paper chromatography. Amino acid and sugar. Fine. Now coming to TLC. TLC is thin layer chromatography. TLC and paper are related techniques with respect to same application, development, detection, and quantification. Quantification. Same sample application, then application, development, detection, and quantization or whatever, quantification. Apply, develop, application, development, detection, and quantification. Application, development, detection, and quantification. In TLC, a thin layer of adsorbent such as silica gel, thin layer. So that's why a thin layer of silica gel is 0.2 mm. Silica, thin layer of silica 0.2 mm is applied uniformly to a glass plate or a plastic plate. So plastic, that's a thin layer chromatography. You have a glass plate, you have a plastic plate, उसपे you're going 0.2 mm of silica gel as an adsorbent. Advantages of TLC over paper. तो TLC look है. Greater speed, greater sensitivity, and small sample volume. So what are the advantages of TLC? Of a greater speed. Thin layer है हाँ, तो it won't absorb much, तो speed ज़्यादा होना चाहिए. Sensitivity is more speed, more sensitivity, and small sample volume. Greater speed, greater sensitivity, small sample volume. Good resolution uses Good resolution uses of TLC. TLC is used for separation of neutral lipids and phospholipids. Neutral lipids and phospholipids. TLC is used for separation of neutral lipids and phospholipids. Thin layer chromatography is used for what? It is firstly greater sensitivity, greater speed, and greater sensitivity than paper, greater speed, yeah, small volume of sample. Now, what are the resolution uses? It's used for separation of neutral lipids and phospholipids. Separation of neutral lipids and phospholipids. Neutral lipids and phospholipids. Separation of neutral lipids and phospholipids. It is used for the separation of neutral lipids and phospholipids. LS ratio, lesser than sphingomyelin ratio for respiratory distress syndrome. I think LS ratio should be more than 2 or something. For what? Greater than 2 is to 1. More than 2 is to 1 is predictive of fetal lung maturity. So now good resolution uses of TLC. TLC is separation of phospholipids and lipids and phospholipids. TLC phospholipids and lipids, and for determination of LS ratio, that is lesser than sphingomyelin ratio, which has to be usually more than 2 is to 1 to ensure complete lung maturity, and less than 2 is to 1 will could be indicative of infant respiratory distress syndrome, or IRDS, or just RDS, respiratory distress syndrome. Uh, Surfactant ratio less LS ratio less than 2. LS ratio used to determine LS ratio, TLC, phospholipids and lipids, and rapid identification of compounds in case of poisoning. So poisoning के time में और identifying compounds, compound in case of poisoning, and separation of natural neutral and lipids and phospholipids. Now come to gas chromatography. It is used of separation of volatile mixture or after formation volatile derivatives. Now it is used to separate the volatile mixture, that is gas. We have two types: gas solid chromatography and gas liquid chromatography. Gas solid and gas liquid. HPLC applications. ठीक है, वैसे ही मैम will call anyone, तो चलेगा. Wait, pH meter इसमें आएगा क्या? Gas analysis. Gas analysis. Now coming to gas. Types: gas solid and gas liquid chromatography. You have gas solid chromatography and gas liquid chromatography. In this stationary phase is a solid of large surface area gas solid and gas liquid. Gas solid में stationary phase is a solid of large surface area. Stationary phase is what? Large surface area solid. Gas solid. Stationary medium. So the stationary medium is a solid of large surface area. Fine. Large surface area in gas solid chromatography. The stationary phase is a solid of large surface area. Fine. Gas liquid. The stationary phase is a non-volatile liquid coated on an inert solid. In gas solid, the stationary phase is a solid with large surface area. Gas liquid, it's a non-volatile liquid, of course, coated on an inert solid. Okay, it's a liquid which is coated on an inert solid. In both, mobile phase is an inert gas which carries the solid molecules to be separated, that is argon. In both gas solid and gas liquid, the mobile phase is an inert gas which is carrying the solute molecules to be separated. Mobile phase is an inert gas which carries the solute molecules to be separated, that is argon. So, what is the gas as the mobile phase in gas chromatography? Is argon usually, and it carries the solute molecules. Okay, and it's very fast. Gas solid, you have a solid of large surface area, and liquid, you have a non volatile liquid, which is coated on top of an inert solid. High pressure liquid chromatography. It's a highly sensitive and very versatile technique. High pressure liquid chromatography, HPLC. High pressure liquid chromatography. Highly sensitive, very versatile, which can be applied to resolution of different types of molecules and techniques. Solvent mixture is pumped at high pressure through a tightly packed column of an adsorbent to give a constant flow rate. You're pumping a solvent mixture at high pressure. Pump a solvent mixture at high pressure. Pumping a solvent mixture at high pressure through a tightly packed column of adsorbent to give a constant flow rate. So highly packed to give a constant flow rate. You're pumping a liquid, non-volatile liquid with high pressure through a tightly packed column of adsorbent, and you're giving a flow rate which is constant. In high pressure liquid chromatography, separation of components occurs in the column coming in the effluent and is detected by the suitable detector. Now, applications of chromatography: adsorption chromatography, partition, gel filtration, and ion exchange. Adsorption is used for separation of compounds like carotenoids, lipids, and fat soluble vitamins. Carotenoids, lipids, and fat soluble vitamins. Okay, this is fat. Adsorption is everything fat. फैट में क्या आता है? कैरोटिनॉइड्स, लिपिड्स एंड फैट soluble vitamins. ठीक है, adsorption is for fat. Partition basically paper now. हाँ. Separation of amino acids and sugars, correct. Gel filtration, used for separation and purification of proteins and enzymes, polysaccharides, and nucleic acid. So adsorption is carotenoids, fat, lipids, and fat soluble vitamins. Partition is basically paper, which is amino acid and sugar. And gel filtration is what? प्रोटीन तो होगा, एंजाइम्स होंगे, polysaccharides and nucleic acids. Polysaccharides, nucleic acids, enzymes, and Mm, protein, enzymes, polysaccharides, and nucleic acid. Polysaccharide, nucleic acid, enzymes, polysaccharide, nucleic acid, proteins, and enzymes. Gel filtration, separation, purification, proteins, polysaccharides, protein. ठीक है हो गया. Proteins, polysaccharides, enzymes, and nucleic acids. बस. Ion exchange chromatography is used for what? Amino acid and peptide. Isoenzymes, enzymes, and hormones. Ion exchange is for charged particles, amino acids, peptides. That's why not proteins. Proteins on the whole, difficult. That's why amino acid, peptides, enzymes, isoenzymes, and hormones. Hormones may be charged. हाँ शायद आ सके. ठीक है done. This is done. pH मीटर है क्या? God. Wait, what? Oh, आगे push हुआ. No, no, green, no. Oh God, another exam. First April. Next. God, just kidding. Hmm. So, I have to go to schedule. Hmm. First April. The calendar. Nice. 31st is a holiday. Good. One to 12. भाई पूरा क्रेजी इतना कम टाइम है 1 to 12. Cranial. Cranial done. Assessment. So cranial 1 to 2. Okay. 1 to 2. First dilution mechanisms. American reproductive system, fertility. Tomorrow, renal concentration dilution mechanisms, reproductive system, cardiac failure, and clinical examination CVS of RS. It's tomorrow, correct. ANC is done, human spirometry done. So I have RS, cardiac failure, renal, plus cardiac failure plus repro, cardiac failure plus renal plus repro plus RS. Skill certification. Done. So RS, repro, skill certification done. Military study lecture. Decision first. And fourth. Open session. Session goals. Demo. Demo, right? Immediately supporting fourth image. Muscles, nerves, and vessels of pelvis. Muscle, nerves, and vessels of pelvis. Surely completion. Okay. Practical. Oh, thorax. Just part exam. Clinical saturation. Second assessment. Sharpen cognitive. Community visit में PSM तो हो गया. 4 अप्रैल HFN. Oh God, HFN भी शुरू होगा. ठीक है. Technical plan. We have to include mandatory skill certification. Gross anat. Gross and I have to take my gross anat journal then if it's submitted. Information study. To take the gross anat journal, micro anat journal, and serious skill certification. Skill certification, micro journal, gross anatomy journal, gross anatomy journal, micro anatomy journal, skill. I'll read it from Vasudevan. Okay. It's important. Chromatography is the term observes the commonly used equipment and techniques in biochemistry includes pH, paper chromatography, protein electrophoresis, TLC, pH, ELISA, immunodiffusion, autoanalyzer, and quality control. The term derived from the Greek word chroma meaning color. The method was first employed by Sweat, T.S. Sweat, T. Sweat, Sweat, a botanist in 1903. Fine. It was developed by Sweat. It's a Greek word chroma meaning color. It was employed by Sweat, T-S-W-E-T-T. Sweat, which is a botanist. Chromatography, Sweat. For the separation of plant pigments using a column of alumina. Plant pigments using alumina. So Sweat in 1903 performed the first chromatography by separating plant pigments and alumina. High performance liquid chromatography is used to separate almost all biological substances including proteins, carbohydrates, lipids, and nucleic acids. So nowadays we prefer HPLC, high performance liquid chromatography, to separate lipids, nucleic acids, proteins, and carbs. Coming first to adsorption, mainly for lipids. In this technique, the separation based on differences in adsorption at the surface of the solid stationary medium. Differences in adsorption at the surface of a solid stationary medium. The common adsorbent substances such as alumina, silicates, or silica gel. Alumina, silicates, or silica gel. Which eliminates silica or silicates, alumina, or silica gel. And there's differences in the adsorption at the surface of the solid stationary medium. Alumina, silicates, or silica gel. These are packed into columns, and the mixture of the proteins is separated to be separated, applied in the solvent at the top of the column. So adsorption is based on differences in adsorption of the surface of solid stationary medium. Solid stationary medium, differences in adsorption at the surface, and you use silica, alumina, or silicates, silica gel, alumina, silicates, and it's based on a solid stationary medium. The packed into column, the mixture is of protein is separated and is applied in the solvent at the top of the column. Applied in a solvent on top of the column, the components get adsorbed on the column of adsorbent with different affinity. The fraction moving down, the most weakly held fraction moves the fastest, followed by others. So the most weakly held fraction move followed by others according to the tightness in adsorption. More the tightness, more will be the less will be the mobility. The eluent from the column is collected as small equal fractions, and the concentration of each is measured in each fraction. ठीक है, easy. 39.8 adsorption chromatography. ये पूरा पढ़ना है. Afraid Chatterjee Rana Shinde also. ठीक है. Some and solvent added. Molecules are separated, they move as two different bands. Red molecules are eluted out. Later, green molecules are eluted. Correct. Now, coming to adsorption chromatography. Adsorption of pattern the column which is placed. Okay, okay. Partition chromatography. Partition is developed by Martin and Sinch. Okay, hold on. Partition chromatography. So adsorption. This includes different types of different types depending on the phases between the components are, that is gas, liquid, solid, liquid, and liquid, liquid. It's commonly used for the separation of mixtures of amino acid and peptide. That's it's called paper. We remember PAP, paper amino acid peptide. The stationary phase may be solid, liquid, and over which a liquid or gaseous mobile phase moves. By the presence of combination two phases, coefficient and solubility of the two particular substances. The redistribution of substances between the two phases results in the separation of the components of the mixture. So the redistribution between the two phases will cause the separation. Paper chromatography. The stationary phase is water held on a solid support of the filter paper, that is cellulose. The stationary phase is water held on a solid support of filter paper, cellulose. So the stationary phase is water. In case of partition is different from paper. Stationary phase is held on a solid support of filter paper, that is cellulose. Stationary phase is only water. In paper, पानी ही stationary phase है, which is placed on the cellulose. Okay. Correct. Cellulose and water on top of it is the stationary phase. But this mixture of immiscible solvents, which is a mixture of water, non-polar solvents, and an acid or a base, that is butanol, acetic acid, water, or phenyl, water, ammonia. So mobile phase will be butanol, acetic acid, water, or phenol, water, ammonia is the mobile phase. Mobile phase is phenol, water, ammonia, phenol, water, ammonia. or butanol, acetic acid, and water. Butanol, acetic acid, water, or phenyl water, ammonia. Phenyl water, ammonia, butanol, acetic acid, water. Butanol, acetic acid, water, phenol, ammonia, water, ammonia. Either ascending or descending types of chromatography can be done with the mobile phase being applied from the bottom that is ascending or the top that is descending. So ascending or descending type of chromatography is done with the mobile phase being applied from the bottom ascending or from the top descending. Ascending chromatography is shown in figure 39.11. Ascending. A few microliters of the mixture of compounds to be separated are applied on a small compact spot at one corner of the paper. About when it's ascending chromatography, the paper is placed in. Okay, so we have carotene, xanthophyll, chlorophyll A, chlorophyll B, and starting point. Carotene moves almost as much as the actual substance. So the RF value will be high. Chlorophyll AB move very less, so the RF values are not that great. Xanthophyll, carotene, xanthophyll, carotene, and chlorophyll A, chlorophyll B. Chlorophyll, carotene, chlorophyll A, and chlorophyll B. Xanthine, chlorophyll A, xanthophyll, chlorophyll A, chlorophyll B, and xanthophyll, chlorophyll A, chlorophyll B, and carotene. Hmm. There's paper chromatography. Paper chromatography is there's a major filter paper that is cellulose, which has water on top of it. Then the mobile phase is a mixture of immiscible solvents, which is a mixture of water and non-polar solvent and an acid or base such as butanol, acetic acid, water, or phenol water, ammonia. Neither ascending or descending type of chromatography can be done with the mobile phase being applied from the bottom or at the top. Ascending chromatography is shown in figure 39.11. A few ml of the mixture of compounds to be separated are applied on a small compact spot at one corner of the plate about 1 inch from the edges. A small compact spot at one corner of the paper about 1 inch from the edges. In ascending chromatography, the paper is placed in a glass trough. In ascending chromatography, the paper will be placed in a glass trough containing the solvent which ascends up to the solid support medium. Hmm. Ascending chromatography, the paper is being placed in a glass trough, correct, containing the solvent which ascends up to the solid support medium. The components of the mixture to be separated are carried up with the solvent. Components are carried up with the solvent. The distance to which each compound moves depends on the partition coefficient. Partition coefficient will decide correct visualization of after component of the run is over and the paper is dry. Displayed with localization reagent, the components of the mixture would appear as discrete spots. Some common location reagents are anhydride for amino acids and proteins, sulfuric acid for phospholipids, and diphenylamine for sugars. Anhydride is for amino acids and proteins. Sulfuric acid is for phospholipids, and diphenylamine is for sugars. Anhydride is for amino acids and proteins. Sulfuric acid is for phospholipids and diphenylamine is for sugars. Oh, I didn't know this. Diphenylamine for sugars, anhydride for amino acids and proteins, and sulfuric acid for phospholipids. Anhydride is amino acid and protein, sulfuric acid is for phospholipids, and diphenylamine is for sugars. Okay, that's called visualization. Diphenylamine, sugars, anhydride, amino acids and proteins, and peptides. नहीं क्या था phospholipids is sulfuric acid for poly mm, sulfuric acid is for phospholipids, sulfuric acid for phospholipids and anhydride for amino acid and protein, and diphenylamine is for sugar. Diphenylamine is sugar. Phospholipids के लिए sulfuric acid and diphenylamine for sugars and anhydride for amino acid and protein. Now thin layer chromatography. This is paper. Now we have thin layer. So there's partition, there's paper, there's adsorption, there's thin layer chromatography, RF value, gas liquid chromatography, gel filtration chromatography, high pressure liquid chromatography, ion exchange chromatography, affinity chromatography. इम्यूनो से तो नहीं है ठीक है. Yes, liquid gel filtration, RF. TLC. Thin layer chromatography. Thin layer chromatography is another version of liquid chromatography. Thin layer is a version of liquid. ठीक है. In a thin layer of silica gel, that is Kiesel Gur is applied on glass plate while it is assembled on a small spot. The plate is placed in a trough containing the solvent. ठीक है. A thin layer of silica gel, that is Kiesel Gur, is spread on a glass plate. You have a glass plate here. Silica gel का thin layer, that is 0.2 mm, will be placed over there and applied on a glass spot. The plate is then placed in a trough containing the solvent. Correct. The stationary phase. Probably eat something. I'll just be back in like 2 minutes. I'll get something to eat. You're looking funny with mustache. I agree. I prefer my non-mustache look. But I was just lazy to shave it off. Also, the webcam qualities. The phone quality is much better. I can try actually. Phone. No, I wasn't connecting. Let's try. I'll get something to eat. Now, thin layer chromatography is another version of liquid layer. Thin layer is liquid chromatography. The a layer of thin silica gel known as Kisilgur is spread. Kisilgur is called silica gel. Silica gel Kisilgur. Kisilgur. Still kind of cold. By the time apply a small spot, the plate is then placed in a trough containing the solvent. The stationary water phase is held on the silica gel. The stationary water phase is held on the silica gel and the mobile phase of non-polar solvent moves up. And the mobile phase of non-polar solvent will move up. Okay. In case of paper chromatography, it takes 14 to 16 hours for separation of components to be separated. But in TLC, oh, and that's why it's much faster, much more efficient, needs less volume of sample, and it's much two words: greater speed and greater something else. Not accuracy, greater speed and greater something. Check. That is a distinct advantage for TLC. It can be performed in two dimensions as shown in 39.12. In case of paper, it takes 14 to 16 hours. Okay. RF value is called ratio of fronts. This is a sample applied. 2 hours later, the table turn 90 degrees, different solvents. This is 2 hours later. Okay. 2 hours later, it turns 90 degrees, and this is the solvent. The spots may be identified according to RF value of the unknown substance and comparing with the pure standards. That is called ratio of fronts. RF value is the ratio of the distance traveled by the substance that is solved to the distance of the distance traveled by the solvent. It's a specific compound is a constant for a given solvent system at a given substances. Chromatogram of the 20 amino acids are given in the table. Okay. Now, coming to gas liquid. Gas liquid is GLC, is another type of partition chromatography where the stationary phase is a liquid and the mobile phase is a gas. Stationary phase is liquid. The liquid phase, stationary liquid phase is supported by a column of inert material such as silica and a long narrow column. The mixture of substances to be separated is made volatile at one end of the column, and the vapors are swept over the column by an inert carrier gas like argon or nitrogen. The fractions emerging from the column are detected and quantitated by detecting devices more suitable compounds, that is, lipids which resist degradation at high temperatures. So there is no degradation at high temperatures. Take a gas liquid chromatography. Gas liquid GLC. Stationary phase is liquid and mobile is gas. Stationary phase is supported by a column of inert material such as silicon, a long narrow column. So gas liquid may the stationary phase is supported, that is water only, like not water, liquid, over an inert column of material such as silica, and the mixture of substances to be separated is made volatile at one end of the column, and the vapors are swept over the column by an inert carrier gas. Okay. Such as argon or nitrogen. Usually we use argon. Argon or nitrogen. They're swept over. Argon or nitrogen. Fine. Or we need an inert gas. That's why they use argon or nitrogen. ठीक fast fast चल. Gel filtration, that is called size exclusion chromatography, is also called molecular sieving. Size exclusion chromatography, hydrophilic cross-linked gels like acrylamide, that is cephacryl, agarose, that is cepharose, and dextrin is cephadex. So cephadex polyacrylamide, that is cephacryl. Cephacryl is polyacrylamide. Polyacrylamide, or just acrylamide, called cephacryl. Then you have cephadex, which is dextrin, and agarose or cepharose. Okay, easy. So agarose or cepharose, dextrin or dextrin or cephadex. Okay, the first part. Agarose means cepharose, dextrin means cephadex, and um, polyacrylamide is cephacryl. This is called gel filtration or molecular sieving method. Gel filtration or size exclusion chromatography. On the size, cephadex is widely used, and the range of separation is based on the pore size. Most widely used is cephadex, and you're basing it on the pore size. By sample G10 to G100, the gel is packed in a column, and the gel will be packed in one column. The gel is packed in one column. The gel particles are porous in nature. So gel is packed in a column, and the gel particles are porous. Okay, there are small molecules, that is insulin molecule weight 5700D, to enter into the gel. Insulin. Larger molecules like immunoglobulin molecular weight could not enter the pores and so are excluded. Suppose a mixture of insulin plus immunoglobulin. Immunoglobulin is much larger than insulin, is passed through a column. The small molecules then enter gel particles and come out, re-enter another particle. Thus, insulin molecule has to travel a longer distance inside the gel. The small molecules are held back, but the large immunoglobulin molecules cannot even enter the pores and sidetrack the gel particles, so they move in a column rapidly. Damn. So either ulta hai logic. So the small particles will move. Hmm. Hmm. The larger molecules will come out first. Okay. So in size exclusion, larger molecules will come out first. Now this is gas liquid chromatography. You have helium, you have an incubator, display detector, pressure regulator. You inject a sample. Thin layer chromatography. Arginine, methionine, cysteine. ठीक है, इसमें क्या देखना है अभी? This is called a chromatogram. So chromatogram will be seen like this. Chromatogram. So I have to go faster. This is Cephardex. Gel filtration chromatography, A to C. A potential is under the top of the column. The small bodies get inside the beads. So it takes longer time to reach the bottom. Large molecules get under the beads. Oh, nice. The gel filtration technique for separation of protein molecules, purification of proteins, and molecular weight determination. Proteins, purification proteins. Molecular weight determination. हाँ, mainly for molecular weight. Also separates proteins and purification. ठीक है. Now HPLC, high pressure liquid chromatography is now widely used for the separation of all types of compounds. Incompressible silica or alumina microbeads are used as the stationary phase. Incompressible silica or alumina used as the stationary phase, which will allow high flow rates. High pressure, that is incompressible silica or alumina is being used, which will allow high flow rates. हाई फ्लो रेट्स मतलब सिलिकॉन एल्यूमिना यूज फॉर HPLC, ये सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट है. They are used as a stationary phase. Incompressible alumina or silica, which will have higher flow rates. The liquid phase passes through the column under high pressure, that is 1000 times atmospheric pressure. The column may be packed with materials for adsorption, partition, or ion exchange. Incompressible silica or alumina microbeads are used as the stationary phase. High flow rates. The column may be packed with materials for adsorption, partition, or ion exchange. Adsorption, partition, or ion exchange. So column may be packed with materials for three things: adsorption, partition, or ion exchange. Oh, all three can happen. That's why HPLC is the best type. High pressure chromatography. Fine. HPLC, high pressure liquid chromatography, is the best type because you can have ion exchange also, you can have partition or adsorption. Same principle as those I've already described. Separation is achieved with better resolution and high speed. Okay. So good. Hmm. That is diethyl amino ethyl cellulose. ठीक है. Now, HPLC can dissolve mixtures of liquids whose solubility differs slightly. Even if they differ slightly, in reversed phase HPLC, the hydrophobic polymers are used as stationary phase. This is generally used to separate the peptides. Reversed phased HPLC is used to separate peptides, in which the hydrophobic polymers are used as stationary phase. Reversed HPLC, hydrophobic peptides used as stationary phase. Hydrophobic. Reversed HPLC, hydrophobic are used as the stationary phase. Hydrophobic polymers are used reversed reversed phase HPLC are using hydrophobic polymers, and they used to separate peptides. HPLC, high pressure liquid chromatography, used to separate peptides. Reversed, and usme you're using hydrophobic polymers as your stationary phase. Fine. Now, ion exchange chromatography. Ion exchange means A is nuclear charge, B is more slowly, B is parallel. Oh, fine, makes sense. Agarose or cellulose beads with positively charged surfaces. That is called agarose also. Okay. DEAE, diethyl amino ethyl cellulose or agarose or cellulose. In this method, the separation based on electrostatic attraction between the charged biological molecules to oppositely charged groups on the ion exchange resin. So there's electrostatic attraction between the charged biological. It's called ion exchange to the oppositely charged group on the ion exchange resin. These resins are cross-linked polymers. Resins are cross-linked polymers containing ionic groups as a part of the structure. The ionic groups are part of the structure only, and they are cross-linked polymers. Resins are cross-linked polymers. मतलब they are polypeptides basically, and they have polysaccharides. Polysaccharides, yeah. Ionic group are the one who has negligible solubility. So इतने क्रॉस लिंक्स होने चाहिए कि solubility कम होगी. That is called ion action. That's why you use polypeptides, so the solubility is less. But porous ठीक है. Porous होना चाहिए, but insoluble होना चाहिए. It's called ion attraction. Ion exchange chromatography. Ion exchange chromatography. Electrostatic attraction has to be there. Not enough for the ions to free diffuse. So the resins are either cation exchange resins or anion exchange resins. And groups of cation exchange the sulfuric acid and carboxylic groups. Whereas ionization of quaternary nitrogen, such as amber light, weak cation Dovex, weak cation diethyl ammonium. Damn. Ion exchange resins have quaternary nitrogen, amber light, Dovex, diethyl, and that is strong anion. Strong anion is what? DEAE, diethyl amino ethyl cellulose. Then we also have Dovex and amber light. Dovex is a Dovex 3 is a weak anion. दिया था शायद journal में. Cellulose and Dovex is a strong weak anion. Dovex anion. And what is the cation? Amberlite IRC50. ये कैसे याद रखो? Amberlite IRC50. Amberlite IRC50. Amberlite IRC50. Amberlite IRC50. And Dovex Amberlite IRC50 is a cation, and Dovex, no, it's an anion. No, it's a cation. Cellulose is an anion. Wait, what? No, it's for anionic groups. A bit. Damn, you messed up. ठीक है, quaternary nitrogen, sulfur, correct, हाँ. DEA cellulose is strong anion, and anion is cellulose. Standard ठीक है. Based on high affinity chromatography is based on high affinity of specific protein for specific chemical groups. High affinity of specific proteins for specific groups. One protein का one group के लिए ज़्यादा affinity है. Thus enzymes, because coenzymes can be used to purify the enzyme. High affinity of specific proteins for specific chemical groups. एक chemical group के लिए एक protein का ज़्यादा affinity है. High affinity of specific proteins on specific enzyme chemical group. Coenzymes can be used to purify specific and some proteins have more affinity for some chemical groups. Thus coenzymes can be used to purify the enzyme. High affinity of specific. is based on the high affinity of specific proteins. Coenzymes can be used to purify enzymes. Coenzymes can be used to purify enzymes because of the high specific affinity. Remember, NAD is used to purify dehydrogenases. By using NAD is used to purify dehydrogenases. So, what is used to purify dehydrogenases? An NAD. It is used to purify dehydrogenase. By using antibody, antigens can easily be separated. Conversely, antibodies can be purified by passing through a column containing the antigen. Conversely, antibodies can be purified by passing through a column containing the antigen. Taking based on high affinity specific protein. Okay, random about coenzymes can be used. What is this? Affinity coenzymes are used for specific coenzymes. NAD is used to purify dehydrogenase. Okay. By using antibodies, antigens could also be separated. Oh, वैसे. Antibodies can be purified by passing through column कने. Okay, हाँ. Basically, antigen antibody or coenzyme enzyme वैसे. Hmm. हाँ इतना complicated क्यों बोला फिर? Coenzyme and enzyme and antigen antibody fine. So NAD for dehydrogenase. Nice. ठीक है done. We finished advanced biochemistry, chromatography from journal and from Vasudevan at least once एक बार पढ़ के और finally we'll just read highlighted. Just before the seminar, I have to make my PPT also. Make a PPT, finish biochemistry, chromatography, and also finish. Should I read from here? ठीक है तुम बस I will have to read from category. You can take a break now. This work. It's 6 o'clock almost. Right on time, I think, not a plan. Chalo. No, the reactions are not okay. Hi, Shubham. Good morning, Adi. The reactions are not working. Ray optics. Okay, good, good. Now I have to also see. I should probably make the PPT now. I don't know what to do. Also, I did eat fruits. I did have fruits. I had orange. I'm eating orange. I'll put my goals. Mhm. Yeah, that's what I'll put my tasks. Not made a plan properly actually for today. Should have ideally. Haven't. Tomorrow I have a skill certification, but I'm very well prepared for that. Not at all well prepared for my uh, anat thing. Just wanted to let you know my score increased by 30 marks in Sunday test just because wow, that's so great, AMS. I'm so happy. You'll improve more also, I'm sure. I did screenshot that. Very nice. Is there any evening stream today? One thing I realized with the evening stream is that I was getting extremely tired after doing evening streams continuously for like 20 days, I think 18, 20 days. It's like very tiring actually. Like, but it's good also. It keeps you like studying. Like not okay. I think I did like continuously for 17 days. So I was tiring. So I think evening streams I won't like keep it an everyday thing or I won't keep a schedule for it. It's just whenever it's possible I'll keep it. Morning streams are the always on. Evening streams I'll probably just schedule like mm, when it's like doable. Avishkar is a KM fest, the cultural fest of KM. Biochem presentation, colorimetry. So okay, I'm kind of done for 27, but I have to get things done also. I have to get everyone to make the PPT. Taking a nap, done. Even I should take a power nap. Also listening to Shristia, I'll shave and come also. I'm from Mumbai only. I have a protein test also. हाँ उसका भी पढ़ना है. So my major thing अभी is to study for actually I'll just study anat first and then work on protein. Work on anatomy now. Oh, you're from Pune. Nice. I love going to Pune. You know, post NEET, you won't believe it. In the 3 months or like whatever break we had post NEET, I went to Pune at least 4 times, 3 or 4 times. I love going to. We have so much family in Pune. We keep going to Pune. आपको नींद नहीं आती इतना सुबह जागने के बाद मैं तो उठने दोबारा सो जाती हूँ नो एक बार हैबिट हो गई ना you won't understand also you won't feel also कि it's a, like a task हो जाएगा वो like it doesn't it is basically habit नींद आती है you'll see me like yawning in the start but that's okay how do you become so motivated to study ऐसे ही just I want to achieve something नहीं I'm not an aspirant technically just MBBS student but हाँ NEET PG aspirant but not yet still time I'm not preparing for NEET PG anything I'm just studying Mumbai is nostalgic oh nice नहीं I'm not an aspirant आप तो हमारे सीनियर हो अरे सर और क्या भाई नहीं प्लीज डोंट कॉल मी सर यू कैन कॉल मी माय नेम आल्सो इतना कुछ नहीं with specialization you're a neat aspirant oh, all the best which specialization do I want to do no idea i I want to get a rank such that I can be eligible for all fields that is my goal in any branch in my dream college have you scheduled for this week? Yes. But I haven't scheduled for the day per se. But yeah, I'll show you guys my exams. This today is 24th, no? So I have back continuous. All these highlights are exams. 25th, I have an RS physio exam. 26th, I have an ANAT CCT, that is a class test. Then 27th, I have a biochem presentation. 29th, I have a biochem test. And then 1st April, I have another cranial exam test with किधर गया हाँ here. So next week almost every single day I have an exam and then this is my main exam 15th this is my second internal exam like this is a major exam anat physio biochem and even PSM is there for some reason. Oh damn, your uncle is a neurosurgeon. I know na. For you have to do your MBBS. Then for I think when you do your post graduation, it's 6 year course. Usually all post graduations are just 3 years, but neurosurgery is 6 years. That's crazy. Wow, that's real hard work. I mean, actually, I'm open to that sort of life also. I like studying. I like learning. So I don't know what branch I'll choose. I'm really interested in neuro also. So I don't know in something neuro. I don't know what neuro, but I like learning about the brain and like thoughts and how things work. So I don't know. I'm open. I like radiology also. Like, but that's too early to say. I want to be eligible for radiology. That's how I see it. So radiology is the topmost branch. So I want to be eligible for radiology, so I can get any other branch. So neurointerventional radiology, that's also a very cool branch. Connects Dr. Andrew Hubum with who? So many exams, yes. A lot of exams. You said you were going to have a field trip. When is that happening? So the main like trip is the AIMS trip, which is usually in second year, where the whole batch, almost the whole batch, goes to uh, AIMS Delhi, and then it goes around AIMS Delhi. So that happens in second year usually. Hi, Baby. But we can schedule, user, we can schedule. I know you like to schedule. You say every day we should schedule. I agree. We should schedule on me. You're from Mumbai too. Okay. I've seen my college KM uska cutoff was like 690, I think. 690. Which your first year, first year? Sorry, I'll just come. I'll shave and come. And anyways, I have to shave also sometime. I'll just be back. You can put your doubts. I'll just come back in like an answer. So I have to fill more water. I'll probably get more soup also. How do you study? I just like in what way? Like generally, I just make sure I revise everything. Make sure I study something in a way that I can revise it at the end later on. Oh yes, JE attempt, nice. Just a week to go. Oh damn! All the best, Addy. Hope you do really well. In which attempt did you clear NEET? First attempt. I've been so pessimistic lately. How do I overcome it? Starting 12th from April. I know it initially you do feel even I've been a bit unproductive like last few days. So that's okay. You do feel like even I get frustrated sometimes if I'm not able to do like last 3 days even I haven't been productive much. So thoughts do come, negativity does come, but just keep talking to yourself, keep journaling. Journaling does help a lot. Journal your thoughts, write your thoughts down. More than talking to someone, first you should write it down so you have a track you can keep going through it and it you get it off your mind. So I also try to do it, not always. um, but do journal, like if it's good or bad both should be journaled in your diary. And you can always talk to your parents, approach your teachers, and just talk your heart out. Like I used to go to my teacher and just talk whatever I felt, either good or bad. Even in good time when I was happy also I used to go to my teacher and tell them I'm feeling very happy today, everything is going so nicely, thank you for your help. Or if I was in like if I was going through a rough patch I'd be like, no, I'm just not able to study, please, please help me, please guide me, can I be accountable to you? So often stress comes. There was a nice video from Jeff Bezos. Like stress comes not from doing work; it comes from not doing work. When you're stressed that you have time and you have the opportunity to do something, but you're not doing it. That's when stress arises. So if you set your basic routine properly, I'm sure that will help. Following that Mahamanthan, 7 day grind. Hi Sumit Kumar. I'm Neetu Kumar. Hi Neetu. Hi Pranav. But the thing is, I've 12th NEET plus boards. If you know, I know you've been through that, but too. But I'm not that person to speak my heart out. Okay, at least okay, that's okay. You can always talk to your parents, if not teachers, or then journal out and talk to yourself. You don't need anyone when you have yourself. So I talk to myself a lot generally, and just talk to yourself like, okay, you're not being productive. Why are you not? Why are you not studying? Just talk to yourself. That really helps. Um, I think you once said that your past doesn't matter. That's something that helped me come out of the loop of pessimism. Nice. I'm happy to hear that, MS. Yeah, true. Past absolutely doesn't matter at all. What is your age? I'm 19. But I turned 19 in Jan, 2006 born. That's okay, Rida. It's completely normal to feel pessimistic. The journey is not going to be up, up, up. I also had a lot of ups and downs, especially this phase. So you'll get through it. Just be confident in yourself. And like MS said, don't think about the past. Just focus on what the controllables are. Focus on what's in your hand. Good, good, guys. You can just keep positive manifestation. That's the easiest thing. So let's start. We'll take our next break at probably college. Today I'll end thoda early, 7 or something. 7:20 को लेते हैं break and then we'll end. Probably then only. Which college I'm in? KM. I think I should put my college name in like the title. Should I? I don't know. I stopped putting AIR because I felt that was thoda excessive. How to score maximum in NEET if I studied from nothing? Just give your best, whatever you can. Now just whatever happens, just give your best. Don't think only too much. Just action is more important than thoughts. Thoughts usually lead to disappointment or self doubt. Okay, Chal, let's start. Also, one thing I would recommend, what I usually did, is I decided ki at least once in a week or once, or like just for 10 minutes every day, whatever you're doing, no matter which exam you're giving or whatever you're doing, watch a YouTube video of that from someone who's achieved. So almost, or I used to either talk to the toppers from my coaching only who had achieved a lot, or I used to go on YouTube and like almost every 1 week I decided I'll watch one toppers video, because no one topper will give you a complete idea. You have to listen to lots of others people's opinions. Sometimes I didn't even listen to toppers. I listened to like just people who had got decent marks. But I listened to everyone's opinions and interviews and compiled all that information in one source. I used to keep writing. So watch a lot of videos, talk to a lot of seniors, find what systems they used, find what they did to cope up when they were feeling low, and write it down and keep implementing things which you feel are valuable to you. That is one strategy that really helps. So I also keep watching. Even before my first MBBS, I kept watching first MBBS tips guide, what books to use, how to study, what to do, need PG, how to study, everything, lot of things. So those things will really help if you just keep watching. Don't excessively watch also. Once in a week is fine. If you're sleepy, okay, take a power nap. Take a 15-minute power nap. Come back and start studying. You don't need to make notes for bio. Otherwise, you can use audiobooks, but not. I would say don't use it now. Just focus on repeated. Anyways, the topics will be only one or two topics. So focus on revising at least two revisions before a Sunday test. Not that I finished every time two revisions, but two revision at least one study and one revision, at least one revision before going. Then maybe just on Sunday you can just go through highlighted. On Saturday you can go through highlighted points. I did that usually. Try to finish portion before Saturday. Don't keep anything for Saturday. Saturday should be purely for another revision. Your first revision has to be done before Saturday, by Friday. Yeah, I do have college today. Dampal explained no in one of their videos. अरे मेरा वो हुआ ही नहीं कंप्लीट, वो ईशान और मैंने वी जस्ट सैट और वी डिडंट डू एनीथिंग, वी जस्ट डिड लाइक 2 3 एंड देन वी लेफ्ट इट। तूने बना दिया, वाह। फिर मैं भी बनाना चाहिए, आई शुड डू इट नाउ। वो अभी थोड़ा फ्रेश है। आई डिडंट डू इट, आई डिड ओनली 2 और 3, ईशान के साथ हट के जो किया था वही किया। बाद में वी वेंट फॉर द फेस्ट, आई थिंक अल्फाज था वो दिन, क्या था, आई डोंट रिमेम्बर। Chalo, I think I'll end. I'll just pack and we'll end. Not discuss anything. Soja bhai, true, true. Their hobbies. I like content creation, of course. I've not put much effort into it. Definitely, I will put. The exams only are getting so much, but I like playing table tennis, badminton. I know, yeah, long time. So I'll just plan what is there today and pack my bag. Otherwise, I take too long to pack. Okay, आज रखो क्या evening stream. I'm having my exams coming in a month. Please wish me all the best. Which exams? Need? Okay, I have open session. Take abdomen. You're preparing for CA. Oh, nice. CA can be really hard. I've heard from my cousins and friends. But your stream really helps me to get up early and work time. Thank you for that. I'm so glad. Good to hear. Great screenshot. Oh god. Disconnect. I hope it didn't disconnect. Session goals and so today I'll keep it on top. This. I mean, this view looks cooler because it's more panoramic. I'll end it in 5 minutes. Lives. Will you stream in the evening today? Thinking. Uh, One problem is like it's a lot of strain on the eyes basically. So I've put on like black and white also, but then if it's after, and also it's more than that, it's tiring also. Like I have to see the balance because every day 4:30 if I have to wake up, I have to be healthy also, make sure I don't fall sick. So then a lot of factors also come in. So I think I'll keep it I'll keep it flexible, like evening stream whenever possible, and rating was 7.5. Exercise no, not yet. इवनिंग लाइव स्ट्रीम ज्वाइन नहीं कर पाता बिकॉज फुल नाइट स्टडी में ही निकल जाती है, तो सुबह के टाइम नींद आ जाती है, एग्ज़ाम की बहुत टेंशन हो रही है, फिलहाल के दिन तो टेस्ट रिविजन में ही गुजारा है. दैट्स ओके, whatever works, whatever you're productive and focus on that. Yeah, I should do exercises for sure, but don't stress, it's okay, your mindset should be good. Last 2 months, that's most important. Hmm. आज क्या है वैसे? I think today no evening stream. Probably not. Tomorrow I might. I'll schedule tomorrow's morning stream at least. Not of course. No, no evening stream today. Probably. Like if in the evening I feel like, then I'll put on. Himesh, it's tiring. No, it's like I'm also human. It's that's why I didn't. I've never committed to evening stream. Initially, though, I hadn't even put evening stream. Like after a lot of people requested, then I started doing evening streams. My mainstay is the morning stream, of course, because that's what I committed to. That's what I planned. So evening stream I'll do whenever I can. Whenever I'm like, whenever I'm feeling like I can do evening stream, then I'll do it. Otherwise, morning streams are to there only every day. Evening I'll do whenever I can. I say I won't keep any like rigidity in that. Whenever I feel like whenever it's possible, I'll keep. Yeah, I'm just finished packing. Anything else you want to ask? I'll just pack till then. Mm, open session. AV demo, fine. Journal completion. What does it mean? What's that part of schedule? Micronaut. College time usually 8:39. Mm-hmm. So demo done. Muscle noble pelvic. I'll take the textbook only. The batch is just dissection. You should enjoy life. I do, I do. Don't worry, I enjoy life, but it's important to be consistent also. Bye, Aditi. Show your mobile. The mobile is the camera. Hi, Asman. Microanatomy. Hmm. Part exam. Hmm. Demo batches. Demo room 3. ठीक है. Practical exam. You just analyze if there's any exam. My God. Head neck face will start. Short break, micronat journal. Fine. Check and done. Epidemiology journal. Hmm. So, power bank, journal, textbook pouch. I use a lot of audiobooks to revise before me. There's like basically the one channel called Beat the Need. Uspe I has to just keep watching audiobooks on repeat. That was actually my mainstay last few months. I just kept listening to audiobooks. Because I was like, I wasn't able to keep reading NCRT. वो मेरे लिए बहुत हो रहा था. Chalo, I'll end.
So did you read anything?
Yes, I'll have. What is the resource for physics? Which one, sir? Hi, Pragya. Yes, thank you, Aditya. I'll have one. Do NCRT properly. I did JPYQs, but last 6 months. Now, if you're doing a BK, don't do. Do need PYQs and my own LMR basically. Yeah, I made LMR. Mainly from what was taught in my class. That I has to make along with the chapter only. ठीक है, चलो. I'm ending. You're going to Vrindavan for 5 days. Nice. Enjoy, enjoy. Yeah, yeah. Between 11th and 12th, even I enjoyed the break. I jumped 100 marks in mock test. Thanks to you for keeping me. Wow. Very proud, Rocky. How to memorize things. Honestly, memorization itna bhi nahi even I'm not that great at memorization. I'm good but not that great. I just revised again and again and again. My revision strategy was good. Physics कैसे revise किया था? Yeah, I made for physics. ठीक है चलो. Bye guys. See you tomorrow morning 4:30. We'll end with the reaction if it's working today. I don't know if they're working. Probably not. No, no reactions today. No, not okay. Bye. See you tomorrow.